Hello, everybody. My name is Asmer Dancer, back again with another weed smoking, excellent ASMR video. I'm just gonna be smoking a little bit of marijuana while also engaging in a few other tingly activities. Probably gonna get some keyboard typing, maybe a little bit of a tapping or something along those lines, and then we'll see as it is. But I got my bong here, and let's get a rip out of this, and let's smoking out of a bong is probably my favorite thing to do, honestly. It's nice, it gets you really high. Smoking from a bong. I want a new one. This one's getting all gummed up and gross and old, and it's not as good. It's nothing like a fresh bong. So I'll probably be stopping by like Excitement Video and Toys or something like that and dropping off and getting a nice new bong. Something clean, something crisp to enjoy my marijuana. I'm almost out of weed too, so I need to buy some more. But I engaged in a little bit of a high jinx, if you will. I accidentally got really high and needed to pay my credit card bill. And this is just a minor story that really has nothing to do with anything, but I needed to pay my credit card bill. And I was high as shit. And I wanted to pay $100 on it, just pay off a little bit of my credit card, and instead, because I was too high to function, clicked on paying the whole bill in total. That was a sizable amount, and now I'm like negative $900 in my bank account. Credit card bill was not $900, it was actually way more than that, but now I'm negative, so I might be out of weed for a little bit. I guess I can dip into my savings account and get rid of the negative, and also probably grab a cut or two, something like that, maybe grab an ounce, something like that. What's the most weed you like to smoke? How much weed do you like to carry on you at one time? I usually like to keep no more than an ounce, just because you can get like in some serious shit-ass trouble with more than an ounce, and an ounce is usually fine for me. An ounce keeps me busy for a while. A gram is only good for a little bit. If I only have a gram on me at one time, I will very quickly run through it in like a couple of days, but if I only have a gram, I use it very sparingly. I try to keep my weed smoking to a minimum because I can still get pretty high off a gram. I don't smoke joints or anything. I don't even rip a bong. I'll usually do like pipe hits or use my bowl or something like that, something along those lines when I have only a gram. Because then I can usually get decently high, and then I'll snack or something like that. I'll usually use it to like get through school, or to do homework, or to play video games or something like that. When I have more than that, I just go all out. Like this past time, I bought about 4 G's, because I bought a cut, but they gave me way more than a cut. They gave me like 4.5 G's. And I also ended up buying another G of something else, of another one. So I had in total like 5 G's. And that's not an ounce. It's not even like half an ounce or anything, but still a sizable amount. Still enough to get me through like several days. And there were periods where I couldn't really smoke. So I would just quickly, I basically was able to keep that for a few weeks. I was basically able to keep my 5 grams for like a good solid 3 weeks or so. And as a result, I got so high all the time. I would smoke. I would wake up and I'd smoke, and I'd do it on the way to school. I do it as soon as I get to school. And as I've said in my last weed smoking ASMR, let's take another bong rip and I'll continue. Sorry about that. I usually don't cough that much. I cough a decent amount. Bong rips I like because I tend to cough. So I really like doing it because coughing gets you really fucking high. So that in accumulation with smoking a lot more weed and the way you smoke it gets you really high. That's why smoking a bong is my absolute favorite thing to do. But anyway, back to how much weed I like to smoke, because there's a lot of it. I love smoking weed. It's so much fun. And there's a lot of people that think, like, if you smoke weed or you drink all the time, like, you're not creative, or you don't know how to enjoy life, or you don't know how to do things, or do whatever. And that is entirely false. I'm perfectly fine with functioning sober. In fact, I like being sober. Because the longer I'm sober, the higher I get. Because as I smoke more weed constantly every day, my tolerance goes up and I can't smoke as much. And then if I go like a day, I get so much higher the next day, even after one day of not smoking weed. I will wake up and I will smoke the day after, and I get so high because my blood was just so used to having weed in it all the time, THC in it all the time, that one day of being sober, it's usually more than that. It's usually like 36 hours to 48 hours worth of being sober. But in all honesty, that's not a whole lot of time. It's not like it's completely out of my system, but I'm not high in that time. So that's 36 to 48 hours of not being high. And just 48 hours of not being high gets me high as fuck after not doing it, especially if I smoke a decent amount of weed afterwards. It utilizes my weed so much more and gets me so much higher, and then I will go to like Sheets or something, and I will eat just for days. I will eat mac and cheese, wings, tater tots, they're my favorite things, chicken fingers, all my favorite things to eat while high. That, and then a Fanta, an orange Fanta, or a Mountain Dew. Best weed food ever. I also like going to Wendy's for the spicy chicken sandwich and their chicken nuggets, but that has gotten a bit stale over the years with how much I've eaten that while high. But yeah, back to how much weed I smoke. It's a lot, and I like doing it because, I like doing a lot more because then I can do so much more stuff with it, I guess. Like, I'll play video games while high, I'll do computer and schoolwork while high, and I function perfectly fine. Sometimes I get too high and end up taking a nap instead, but that's only if I don't have anything else to do. Like, I will go to work high, and the past couple of times, like, the only times I've been sober going to work since I started working again, and I have easily been able to go through like just weeks of just constantly being high, and because I have so much weed and it's perfectly fine. I love doing it because then I get to, like, for example, do homework and then go to work and do stuff like that. It makes everything more enjoyable. When I have experiences, I don't necessarily like being high for them because I like experiencing them sober. Like, say I go on a roller coaster or something like that for the first time, or I go on to or I experience the video game, the story in a video game, or I watch a movie or something like that for the first time. I don't like being sober. I don't like being high for it. And my reason being, like, I like my first experience being genuine and being sober and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong if you go to them while high and stuff like that. Like, that's perfectly fine. I've done these things while high for the first time. It's just I prefer to experience them as is. And then I like comparing it to when I'm high. Because when I'm high, it makes it more fun. It makes it almost like I'm doing it for the first time again. It's like I get to re-experience it again. And that's more exciting. That's more fun. It's like I get to experience things again. And that's why I also want to do other drugs, because then I can experience other things. Now, it may seem crazy, and I don't think I'm ever going to smoke crack or meth or anything like that, but I do, in fact, want to try cocaine. That would be awesome. And hallucinogens, that'd be cool. I want to do a bunch of those. And I've said that I want to do it for ASMR before, but I have not really, like, done it to the point where I think I could actually functionally produce an ASMR video in that time. I feel like I'd wander away from the computer, so I don't think I can do it yet. I have to get used to them first, and then maybe I can produce an actual ASMR video while I'm high as shit. And I'm high as shit now. After only 2 bong rips, I'm really I'm really tired. I don't know about you. I hope you guys smoke along with me. I hope you guys enjoy smoking. And you know what? Let's get one more bong rip into this. Maybe 2 more. Let me just set it up. I keep mine in, like, containers and stuff like that, and yeah, I hide my weed, but in my paraphernalia, but that's because of cops and shit like that. I have a cop that lives in the same apartment building as me, state trooper, if you will. So I don't know. I never necessarily trust smoking in my apartment. I usually leave to smoke. So let's get this started. I'm so high. I love being high. It's awesome. I love making these videos for you guys when I'm high too, because I just get to talk. It like relaxes me, and I hope it relaxes you, and you guys smoke along with me, because that's cool. I like that. And my weed smoking is my most popular videos. I know I've only had 5, and like my first weed smoking ASMR only has like 500 views or something like that. I plan on doing other things for ASMR soon, very shortly. I have a couple videos planned to release this coming week, past the weekend and stuff like that. I plan on hopefully having a bunch of videos ready and prepared to be released hopefully on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Depends. it might come out Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, or Saturday, something along those lines. It all kind of depends on my work schedule. I'm going to be away in Baltimore this Saturday for my mother-in-law's birthday, and I didn't want to go. I honestly don't want to go, like, at all, but hopefully I can, because I'm almost out of weed. Like, this is the last of my weed coming up. I have, like, maybe one more hit or so out of this weed, and I'll probably finish it off with you guys. And here we go, as I prepare this. But I got a glass bong. Glass bongs are the best. I mean, like, they're pretty much the only bongs you can get, but still, you know what I mean. And, meh. Okay, one more bong hit, because this is the last of my weed, and I hopefully can pick some up, like, tomorrow. Hopefully. I close at work, so maybe I can grab a couple G's or something like that, maybe. We'll just have to see. Depends on if I can take care of my bank issue. But anyway, let's take the last hit of my kush. My eyes are so squinted, I'm like a Vietnamese man. I am white as fuck, though. Oh, yeah. My favorite part about weed is I do tend to get the tingles when this occurs. Do you get the tingles? I have my wife's purse right here, and let's see if that can induce any tingling for those of you that like tapping. basically going to do right now is I'm going to contact my weed dealer because there's no way I can tolerate my mother-in-law all Saturday driving to and from Baltimore and then in Baltimore. No way. Absolutely no way I can tolerate that without being high. So, who knows? Maybe. So basically, let's see. What's your favorite weed? Because plenty of people have their favorite weeds. That's what I want to ask you guys before I end up signing off is what's your favorite weed? Because I am a personal fan of the classic sour diesel. Sour diesel is amazing, but it's not necessarily my favorite. My probably favorite that I've actually had is probably ice. And a lot of people don't know what that one is, but I've had ice. And ice is chill as fuck, but it hits so hard. And I needed to go to bed so bad after smoking it. And it's amazing. It honestly was. And I slept like a fucking baby. It was absolutely amazing. So, thank you guys for coming and watching my weed smoking ASMR video number 3. I think it's 3. It's either 3 or 4. I don't know. Hopefully we can have more for you guys. I'm gonna go eat and go to bed. I don't like wasting my highs by going to bed. I like waiting till close to the end of the high because I don't like coming down from it. Coming down from my weed high is just awful. So, I'm probably gonna go make some bacon. Thank you all for coming. And my name is Asmer Dancer. Don't forget to subscribe.